So with our color web done, all right, we're going to go ahead and start labeling where we're going to put each thing. All right, so I'm going to start up here, and this is going to be blue, okay, which is a primary color. Okay, and then over here, this would be red, the third one from it, or fourth one from it. And again, this is a primary. Okay, and then the opposite over here, 1, 2, 3, the fourth one there we go. Okay, this is going to be yellow, and yes, this is a primary color also. All right, cool thing about primary colors, you cannot mix any two colors to create blue, red, or yellow. That is why they are called primary. They're primo, the numero uno, what we start with. Now, great thing about that is that by mixing those three colors together in different combinations and different saturations, we can create any color in the known universe. Okay, so as we go through, you'll kind of get an idea of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go halfway between, so yellow and blue. When we mix those two together, that makes, yes, green. Okay, and that's what's known as a secondary color. Okay, and when we mix blue and red together, we get violet or purple. I like to call it violet. Sounds fancier, I guess, but you can use either one. And again, that is a secondary. Okay, primary meaning one, primo, prime, one. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2, so a primary plus a primary equals a secondary. Makes sense that way. And then red and yellow obviously make what? Orange, that's right. Now, when we get to the ones that are in between, okay, you can either call them intermediate colors or tertiary colors. Tertiary is a lot more difficult to spell, so we're going to call them intermediate colors just because it's a little bit simpler on us. When we list a intermediate color, we always list the primary color first, okay? So if we mix yellow and orange, we're going to get yellow-orange, okay? So yellow-orange. And you guys should be filling this in as we go around this as well. Intermediate, D-I-A-T-E, there we go. Okay, and yellow and green, yellow is the primary, so we have yellow-green. Okay, and that is again, intermediate. Yes, you're going to spell that a bunch of times, but that's okay. Blue and green would make blue-green. And blue and violet would make blue-violet. Blue-violet sounds better than blue-purple. That's why I use violet. Okay. And then red and violet make red-violet. And then red and orange. Yep, you guessed it, red-orange. Again, the biggest thing remembered when you're talking about intermediate colors is to list the primary color first. There we go. Okay, and the secondary comes second, naturally. All right, now what I want you to do is go ahead and have fun, color. You're not going to have all the colors on here in your box of 12 colored pencils that you got from Walmart for 97 cents. At least that was the cheapest. I saw them. You can get them at Target as well. Okay, for relatively close to that, maybe $1.25 or something thereabouts. So I'm going to go ahead and start with yellow over here. Okay, and where'd my yellow go? There it is. Okay, so the outer edge. Okay, we are going to fill in. Okay, and whenever we color with colored pencils, make sure we press nice and firm, go back over it a couple of times, really saturate that color, okay? If we just color it lightly, it's just kind of a pale yellow. It's not a true yellow. So make sure you really color in nice and thick, nice and deep, so that we get a good solid color, especially with a bright color and color that says translucent and clear, okay, as yellow. Now, as we get to the center of this, Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit lighter in value. Okay, so I might not press quite as hard, but I'm going to press pretty firm. That pencil was dying, so I have to switch over. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of play with values. Okay, talked about value a little bit with the just the colored pencil value scale that we worked with. Okay, so now what I want you to do is kind of start working with these in your color web here. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of starting to get a little bit lighter there as we go to the middle. Now I can go back and I can color this one in a little bit more saturated with the yellow, and then just a little bit more here, so that way I get a nice gradation. I want to see 4 different values, 4 distinct values of each color. Okay, yellow might not have been the best one to choose for that one. Maybe we can see a little bit better with a yellow green. Okay, and I'm going to have that actual color. Okay, so as you can see there, oh wait, yeah, there it says yellow green. All right, so again, that first one, that big block on the very outer edge, saturate that color really well. Make sure that it's nice and bold. All right, we want to see those colors really strong. It just makes it look so much nicer when you go through and color it in nice and deep and get that nice deep dark color. Okay. All right, and then again, a little bit lighter value, so I'm going to press a little bit lighter. All right, still want a fairly dark value for this one because it's near the outer edge, but as we get closer to the middle, it's going to go to a lighter value. Okay, I want to make sure we stay within the lines, of course. Okay, and then we go for a little bit lighter value. And you might want to vary the number of times you go up and down. So I'm going side to side twice there, and then maybe vertical once, and that'll give me a little bit different value. Of course, I was out of picture, so you couldn't see that. So I'm going to darken this one up just like I was just saying. So I go this way one time, and then I can go this way one time. Okay, and see how that gives me a little bit darker value than what I had there. Okay, and then my lightest value of this yellow green is going to be in the middle. All right, and so you can kind of get the idea of what we're going with. Fill in the rest of this. I'm not going to do it for you so you guys can see, but when you get to colors like blue-green, you may have to mix some of the colors a little bit. So let me show you that, and then we'll move on, and I'll go to show you the next one. So the blue-green, all right, since there isn't a blue-green colored pencil in the box of 12. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill in with a pretty strong value of blue. All right, because this is going to be our darkest value. All right, and then I'm going to come back with the green, okay, and mix in a little bit of that. Now this is going to make it different from what will become the blue over here on this side, and also from the green, which will be on this side. So we should get some combination of the two colors, making it what we call, yep, you guessed it, blue-green. Okay, and that's going to be a little bit trickier to make the next color, or the next shade down, so you got to, add in a little bit of blue and green, but you have to do a little bit lighter. All right. And as we go around, we'll just continue to add in each color. Now as you get to the red and orange, that might be a little bit difficult, or the red-violet. I don't think there's a red-violet in the color box. So yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of mixing of colors together so that we get just a different value. And I'm just doing this with just a lighter pressure, okay? And that looks like might need a little more blue in there. And just kind of eyeball it, take a look back, and if it doesn't look, like too light of a value, you can add a little bit more. Okay? And then continue on. All right, so you guys get the idea. What we're going to do is we're going to fill this all in. Remember, 4 different values. Darkest out here, gets lighter, gets lighter, and then your lightest value is going to be in the middle, okay? And then what I want you to finally do when it's all said and done, okay, is go back with your straight edge, get your ruler, all right? Get the black colored pencil, black, okay? And go back over all of these lines. And trust me, in the end, this will make all of these colors pop. You'll have a nice contrast. It'll also make these lines and where you kind of maybe bled outside the lines, you know. I didn't learn to color inside the lines as a kid very well, apparently. But this does tend to cover it up. But as you can see, as I'm just putting these first few lines in, okay, it's really going to make these colors pop and really stand out well. Okay. Oh, almost forgot to do the outer edge. So you can kind of get an idea of how that's going to look. Okay, and just notice how your different values change quite a bit more, and it looks a lot better. So fill in the rest of these colors with the appropriate colors. So green, blue, blue violet, violet, etc. as we go around the outside of our color web here, and then outline everything in black, and then I'll show you what it looks like in the very end.